You're recording now.
All right.
Lost Cities.
We're going to do a review of Lost Cities. We just did a playthrough. So if you missed that, please go back and take a look if you're interested in seeing how this game plays. This is a strictly two-player game. It only plays two players. So this is a great one for playing with a spouse or a friend if only one shows up to game night. So let's talk about the game. What do you think?
That you're a jerk.
That has nothing to do with the game.
This is probably my favorite two-player that we have. So we're still going through all of our collection. We only have we've played most of our games just the two of us, but there's a few that are distinctly two-player. I think this one's my favorite of the two players we have.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a number of two players that we haven't really gotten to the table much.
So far,
that might change.
This is my favorite two-player. I like that you don't need a whole lot of strategy. It's drawing cards. It's not too long. It's about 30-45 minutes. So after work, you're tired, but you still want to play a game. This is something that's nice and easy, for lack of a better word, to just sit down and play. It doesn't hurt your brain. So I like this one. I like playing games with him when I get home from work in the evenings, but I don't want to play heavy games that are going to take hours. So something light is what I would enjoy doing during the weekday.
So I kind of agree. I don't know if I would say that this is my favorite two-player, but it might be. The rules are super simple. You play a card out or you discard a card, and then you either draw from the discard or draw from the deck. Super simple. There is so much tension. If you saw our video about Terraforming Mars and Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition, you've heard the word tension before. There is some pain when you're looking at your hand and you have to play out a card. And if you play it out, then that commits you to something. Or playing out a 5 eliminates the 2, 3, 4 from being played for you. Mm-hmm. So when you play out a card, you're either committing yourself to, I'm going to try not to get negative points here, or you're limiting yourself with what cards you can play here in the future. And if none of those seem like a good idea to you, you can discard up here, but then those cards are available to your opponent. Mm-hmm. And so you have to be careful. There were many times I threw out a card just hoping that she wouldn't want it, and then she picks it up.
Yeah. And then you're needing to discard something so you can pick up a card or draw a card, and it's just the stress of, is he going to take it? Do you want to get rid of a negotiator? What's it called? Wager card, or if you want to get rid of a high card, it is stressful.
There was one time in our playthrough where I had a wager card and the 10 card.
Mm-hmm. I had that too.
And it's like, okay, that 10 card is halfway to meeting that 20. So it'd be super easy, barely an inconvenience for me to get above 20 with the 10.
Right.
But I don't want to throw out the wager card just in case I never get another card of that mm-hmm. color. So I'm holding on to these cards, which means, okay, out of my hand of 8 cards, there's 2 cards that I'm not going to play, not going to discard. What am I going to do with these other cards? And yeah, it's for such a simple rule set.
It makes you dislike your spouse a lot.
The decisions are painful that you're making, and I really like that. The components, there's really not much to say about it. I like that they have the board with the 6 mm-hmm. for a shorter game, or the 7 for longer. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4?
No, 5 and 6.
5. and 6 for a longer game.
Our Mad Max is.
Although we find the game ends too soon with the 6 because you're always like, how many cards are left? Oh no, I need to start playing. I wish I had more turns.
I think the first time we played this, we played it with the 5 side.
So, yeah, I think so.
And then we were like, wow, this is really over quick. And so we threw in the 6 side. And I mean, and again, it's faster than the 30 minutes goes quickly, very quickly.
Yeah, even that with the video and things like that, it was the 37-minute for the long game. So, I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So,
and that's why I enjoy it during the weeks, just after work. It's something nice and easy to play, but you still get that quality time of playing games. And, you know, we still have so many games to go through, and he's got these big, heavy games. So during the week, it's just not the time to introduce those.
The cards are a nice size. They're not quite like tarot card size, but they're bigger than your normal cards, and that's nice. That's not.
I like the artwork on them.
Yeah, for a game with very little of a theme on it, they do have pictures of like what you're exploring. The red are like a fire, the green's a jungle, you got the blue, which looks like underwater, snow for the white. So the cards have some nice art that matches.
And aliens for the purple.
So components and theme, very simple, but they accomplish what they need to.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you were to give it a number score, what would you do?
Well, you got to take it as it is. So it's a 2-player game. It's not a heavy, intense game. It's enjoyable. I will keep it. Like I said in our playthrough, we had originally gifted this to his parents, and they liked it. We played it at first just to make sure we understood it to teach them, and we really liked it. And we gifted it to them. They didn't play it as much, so they gave it back to us, which we were thrilled with because we were actually looking into getting it for ourselves. But since they didn't play it, we took it back. And so it's nice. We're playing it and enjoying it. And so I don't know. The ranking scale is difficult because if I'm going to rank it just on a 2-player game.
Yes.
Okay.
See, but before you go, I'll speak to my decision process on this. Because Board Game Geek does a rating system of, 10. I'll always want to play it, never think that I will never ever not want to play it, and go down from there. For me, the rating system is a little bit different. I could see myself giving a 10 to a game that's not my favorite game or not even close if it's perfect for what it is. So I am tempted to give this a 10.
Yeah. In that regard.
Because it is perfect at what it does.
Yes. Agreed.
And it's fun. Like, how would you improve this? I don't know how you would improve this. I don't know of any flaw in this. So I'm leaning towards a 10 out of 10. But I wouldn't say this is my favorite game either.
Right.
But it is definitely one that if we only have 40 minutes to spare or whatever, this 2 players, 40 minutes, this might be the first thing I grab. So I don't know how you guys feel about the rating system. If you would agree with me of this is a 10 based on the fact that it can't be better than it is, if that makes sense. So I'm going 10.
Yeah, I would. In that explanation, as a 2-player game, yes, absolutely, it's a 10 for me. So yeah, I would agree with you on that.
So
It is my favorite 2-player that we've come across. So in our collection, we have a few 2-players. We're kind of going through those and getting an idea for what we want to record and do playthroughs for you guys. And so far, this one is my favorite. So yeah, I'll
So
go
there
10.
you go, a double 10.
Double 10.
From us. We'd like to hear what your thoughts are on the rating system. Do you think that that's fair, giving this game a 10? I'm sure that there are people who would find this game too simple or not challenging enough, or they're more into a war game. And if they rate it lower, are they rating it lower because there's a problem with the game, or do they have a bias towards a certain kind of game? And is that fair to give it a low score just because it's not your type of game? Using Board Game Geek's scale of do you want to play it again, that would be fair because they don't want to play it again. But does that accurately portray the value of the game itself? I don't know what this rates on Board Game Geek. If I know, I'll put it right there when I'm doing editing and find it out. And it'd be interesting to see where that falls. I would assume that it'd be fairly high rated for Board Game Geek, but it would probably still be in that 7, 8 range.
Yeah, I'd say
maybe.
7 or 8.
Like, I don't know if it would make it to an 8, just because there are people who will vote it down. But should it really be a 7? Have a conversation down below. We'd like to hear what your thoughts are on that. Should we adjust our system? If you can come up with a good argument why we should,
no,
by all means. But for me right now, it's how good is the game? How fun is it? Can it be improved, or are there problems? And
and no,
this one, I don't think we have to say it, but for me, this is a keeper. It's going to be staying in our collection.
It'll stay on our shelf.
So there you have it. Hopefully this has been of some use to you. If it has, please leave a like, subscribe. We'll be doing more of these. We'll be doing some more of the 2-player games as well, if you're interested in playing some of those.
Lost Cities. Check it out.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.